areas was like Centuries and Wars when you have those T1s up, because there's just a limited amount of places that VG can gank you from. But now that the map has been completely open from all these towers falling and like Bloodstone charges, might get this chicken kill.
Oh my goodness. Chicken ends up going down 1,500 on that one, and well, the T2 tower goes down. It's crazy to me that that's the fight up there in the top lane that ends up transitioning so much. Like, they get repeatedly pushed back against the tier 1, and then it goes down finally.
Yep. I think it was that one kill on Miracle that just kind of destroyed them. And like, even Fenrir was quite poor. I checked his inventory like 2 minutes ago. He had Gloves of Haste and 300 gold. Now he has Midas and then some.
Yeah. They are impressively farmed. So 12-12 right now, 23 minutes into the game. We've had a sharp change in the momentum of this one, and well, I'm just sort of wondering now, what's the play if you're Liquid? How do you respond to this increase in aggression? Do you need to get a gem yourself to try and deal with the Nyx initiations?
I'm thinking about who would carry it. Normally, your Batrider would carry it, but he doesn't have BKB yet. So if he carries it, he's going to die to Nyx, still, likely, in the fight.
Okay.
So, like, Rubik's not going to carry it. Mirana still dies a lot because Nyx Assassin owns Mirana with the Starstorm a lot of the times. Slaughter is just, it's a measly support who often is forced to initiate. And Naga Siren is also not invincible in this game. So, yeah, maybe, I think you get the gem once Batrider gets his BKB, which he's actually quite close to, just 1,000 gold.
Okay. We did just see there as well the Nyx Assassin being revealed up on the high ground. Mind Control thought about going into it, but they just don't feel like they have the great way to do it.
He picked up the Midas afterwards too, so he's actually quite farmed.
Yeah. Midas on him and the Warlock and the Battle Fury on Chug. Everybody has got the items to farm, but they're still winning at this point in the game.
Their structures.
So, pressure on the tier 2, and Liquid do not look interested. Instead, they're going to head off.
He might still die. He doesn't have enough mana to TP. Freeze is going to jump him.
Oh, no. Maybe, possibly. It's going to run out soon. And there he is. They found him. Another kill. Matumba Man goes down. VGJ looking strong.
Yep. The FY just gave him that little bit extra mana. The Keeper is a very flexible hero and just makes a lot of heroes just Omni there.
Yeah. Maybe just the right clicks could have killed. They wanted to finish it off more quickly, but
maybe with a prior Battle Fury, it would have happened for him too. I don't think he really was able to cleave the Mirana at all.
Right. Yeah, a little unfortunate. And also, looking at this, how Nyx Assassin almost has his Aghanim Scepter up. When does this switch back over for Liquid? I feel like
BKBs.
Okay, BKBs for them.
Yeah, I think BKBs is quite strong for them, because then they can actually kill the Nyx. You can just lasso the Nyx and just like, okay, I have BKB, and then he should die. And then after that, you don't have as much control because he's their main source of stun lock at the moment.
Well, the other issue too is just thinking about the vision. You look down there at the minimap, and there are
perhaps, like, if they get the kill on FY2, I also think that's when things will change for them, because if they can get a gem for themselves without actually picking it up, then they can take away a lot of control from VG. But here they...
Oh my god, a big smoke up. FY gonna lead the charge. They spot out Miracle in that bottom lane, and
this is really risky. It's about to hit nighttime for VG.
Well, see if they're gonna be able to make it happen.
They see Miracle.
They've got eyes on him. Nighttime comes in. They don't have the vision. Moonlight Shadow is wave, jumping away. The counter initiation play could come out now, able to catch on to Priest.
Big smoke up. FY gonna lead the charge. They spot out Miracle in that bottom lane, and this is really risky. It's about to hit nighttime for
They need to get out now as quickly as possible.
See if they're gonna be able to make it happen. They see Miracle.
They've got eyes on him. Nighttime comes in. They don't have the vision. Moonlight Shadow is wave, jumping away. The counter initiation play could come out.
They saw the Mirana, but they just didn't have detection for him, or he could just carry a dust. But cores are usually starved for slots at this point in the game.
Oh, Warlock ulti down. Oh, is this a time for Liquid to go?
It's nighttime. I don't think we're going to get that many better opportunities at this point. Manta just picked up on Naga Siren. Nighttime hit, and they have BKBs. So I think it's a pretty good time for them. If they can still manage to steal this gem, maybe jack this Roshan, lower Freeze Bloodstone charges. He only has 6 charges. I don't think he was doing a lot better, but looks like he's died.
Well, this is a very bold move right now by VGJ, going in during nighttime, no Warlock ulti, and Oh, the arrow is going to come out, connects onto aggressive. This might be what they're looking for. ROTK, though, another great stun and able to jump onto several. Spike Carapace as well, controlling them back. They want to go forward onto Matumba Man. GH gets the stun, the lift by Kuro as well. Going to control him, and they have brought down Freeze. Storm Spirit out of him, but so is Kuro, and he buys back immediately. He's going to TP in onto this. Matumba Man has also dropped Mind Control, turns with the BKB. They get the Crush follow-up. Miracle on the high ground, trying to get into this and see if they can take him down. The Glimmer Cape going to keep aggressive alive for a little bit longer, but Mind Control is running him down. The Flame Break actually pushes him a bit further forward, trying to take him down. The Fade Bolt is going to secure it. Now DH looking for more. ROTK is online, and the Jump Crush connects. Nice Spike Carapace, trying to take him down. Whirl is going to be able to get it as well, and that does look like it's a kill. Yeah, VGJ are just kind of trying to escape at this point. They do get out with 2 of them at least.
They still get the Naga Siren, but Freeze is down to 4 Bloodstone charges. He's just going in very, very deep, and that was without Rock. Maybe with Rock, they could have saved him from the stun lock so he could zip out, but he is playing a little carelessly, I would say. He's kind of just going in very, very deep, but he thinks he can make the plays without the vision, but it's just not super easy.
Freeze is not afraid.
Yeah, he is not afraid. You know, sometimes it pays off like that. Sometimes you get destroyed in a team fight. So you know, it's a high risk, high reward.
Jump in.
At least a vision of
FY.
That is the gem. Okay. Liquid have to be very happy about getting the gem right now. And Sleep has cooldown, so now VG, it's going to be very difficult for them to contest Roche at this point without the with the Sleep on their side.
Nyx has Ags. They're going to try and walk into this one, at least for the moment. Jumps on Mind Control, BKB pops, and there's the Sleep that comes out now.
Oh, it's so early, though. They can't actually take Roche during this time.
All right, ROTK, he has the Ag Scepter. He can go for the follow-up. They do get the Rock on 1. Miracle is going to be pulled back in, and they do find that kill. Also going to be able to connect onto Mind Control. He is going to drop as well, I believe. Well, buyback on Mirana. They're going to try and chase him down. Shrine is still off cooldown, so they aren't going to be able to take it down. And the Jump Gauge trying to find the kill aggressive. They do manage to pick that one up, and now turn it to ROTK, but already Roche has gone down, and Freeze is the one that picks it up. He's going to jump into every damn person, tries to take them down. They're going to get it, but it's just the Aegis. Now Liquid may be in some trouble. The chase is going to be there from VGJ, and I think that the daytime is coming up pretty soon as well. Trying to run down Miracle is going to get the right click. There's pull, and that's the kill. A huge one right there for VGJ.
Jesus, ROTK is destroying them. He has stunned so many heroes and have so many double impales in this game. He is just allowing Vici to, like, their other cores to just do so much damage in these fights. And I would be very hard pressed to believe that Miracle would not get BKB in this situation, considering how long he's just been stunned in these fights.
And daytime now coming up, and it is starting to feel like it's another big push along this top lane. They don't have Aegis anymore, but who are you feeling like is in the stronger position right now?
Definitely VG. Yeah, because that was when they finally had Rock on cooldown. If they had Rock the first time, they would have been okay in that fight, even with the Prime being up. But when Rock is up, they can't stunlock the Sword Spirit, and then the Juggernaut is going to be able to go to town with the Omni Flash because they're busy controlling the Storm. And ROTK is indeed, he is sitting in egg form.
Oh, they jump forward. Actually uses the pull onto the creep, and GH is going to be able to walk away from that one. So a little bit off the mark, but nonetheless, that's Barracks down, tier 3 down. VGJ just going to back out. Happy as clams.
They almost had the BKB on Storm Spirit too. So it's just going to be a super chaotic fight. Normally when you're Naga Siren, it's like, okay, they jump someone, going to sleep, okay, we're going to get an arrow on someone, let's pick them off, and then the fight's 4-on-5. That's kind of, the happy-go-lucky, like, Naga Siren initiation that you're always looking for. But these fights have just been, like, crazy. Storm Spirit just, like, jumps in 1v5, and then there's, like, Omni Slash going in and out, and you think you're about to kill a hero, then, like, Rock drops. Like, there's just no great time for him to sleep. There's no great time for it. Like, it's one of those games where you're like, should I go in or should I not? You're not actually sure, like, what's going to go down in the fight just because it's just so crazy.
Yeah, and thinking about it too, both teams have such great catch potential that the punishment for making that wrong decision is just immense. You're going to end up losing half your team, as we saw up there in the top lane both times.
Yeah.
So,
like, if you're Bat Rider and you pop your BB half a second too late, you're dead. And, you know, if you're Solar and you go in a little bit too late, like, if like, Nick's carapaces, if Jug spins, if Jug mantas, like, if the rock is dropped on you, you're just gonna die. Like, there's so many things that could just go wrong for Liquid in each of these engagements, whereas I think, like, VG have a lot more wiggle room, because, like, Nyx is a very good reset and a very good BKB popper. The Storm Spirit can get the vision for them, as well as a Keeper of Light. They have Healing Ward if they want to set. They have Magic Immunity and Juggernaut without having to go into that BKB. They had the Aegis, so Freeze can just like go in like he did last fight and just bait out the lasso. So a lot of things have been going pretty well for them in these fights.
And you can see right here as well the smoke in now by the side of VGJ. Oh, I like this play. Fenrir pushes out the lane, gets recalled back in, still has the smoke. Now they're going to run into Matumba Man. If they start this off with the Spike Carapace, all right, Sleep. It's going to keep him there for the moment. Try and TP out, and yeah, they don't want any part of this. We are getting the heck out of Dodge.
Yep. Level 3 Sleep, no Octarine. So only a 60-second cooldown, and Mirana is trying to make some plays, but they've given the Den freeze. He is orcharded up, and he is dead. You're right. I believe he did farm his rest of this BKB, but still, another death on Mirana. Look at her net worth relative to the other big cores.
This is just tragic right now. You'd love to be able to get to a higher position, and you know, now you're going to also have those items up and online, the BKB that mitigates the damage that she would do through something like an E-Blade. Or, I mean, is this maybe one of those games where you have to go for more of a right-click build Mirana, considering what you got?
Too late for that.
All right.
Too late for that. I mean, he's going for, I see his quick buy, and it's going to be a Mjolnir, but he doesn't have the attack speed to really complement that, and I don't really think he's going to be able to farm up that quickly because of the deaths.
That level 25, though. There you go.
That level 25, though.
That's true. Speed. There you go.
If it gets there. I mean, he doesn't have buyback, and Aggressive is at the tower.
Oh, God. Yeah, Aggressive is just going to hit away. Healing Ward down. ROTK set up. This is like the lurker defense at this point, except they're the ones sieging down your tower. God, what a frustrating game to play against. That combined with the FY Illuminate spam once it's daytime too. Jeez. Yep. Well, but what's the play here for Liquid then? Like, do you have to initiate onto Warlock with Bat Rider, or is there anything else they can really be looking for?
I think you got to kill the Nyx.
Okay.
Nyx, if you can catch him unburrowed and lasso with the BKB, that is definitely who you go for. But aside from that, it's going to be difficult if they can like isolate people during sleep. Like if Storm Spirit plus BKB zips in, you can probably sleep and kill him with net.
Well, here is the play for Liquid. They think that they want to move out along the mid. Scotty was just purchased now by Juggernaut. And we do also have that BKB up on, I believe, Mirana as well as Bat Rider. So, ROTK breaks the smoke, but they don't find him. Just a nice blink away.
I rarely see ROTK play this amazingly well, where he like doesn't die that often. He has a pretty good laning phase, and he sets his team up in a situation where he's really the only one that can make big plays with him. And, you know, that 5 to 25-minute phase of the game where they were struggling so mightily.
All right, Mind Kick looking for it. They're going to be able to catch it. BKB has already been. Oh, look at the rock onto every person. They're going to try and take them down. GH looking for the stun, but Matilda is going to drop. They take down GH as well. Now looking for more. They're going to go after Kuro. He is going to fall down as well. Liquid just running for the hills. Nice blink away there. Circle, but well, he's still going to get ran down. Aggressive is on his tail, and they're going to jump in with the rest of them. ROTK, he's going to have another blink in a little while, as will Miracle. 2 seconds. Oh, there's the lift up, though. They've got him. They impale the right clicks. 4 down for Liquid.
Yep, they got crushed so badly that fight, trying to jump the Juggernaut. He got Lotus, and they dropped the rock on him, and he didn't even have to pop like his defensive cooldowns immediately afterwards. He was at like half HP, and at that point, he just Omni Slash, killed the Nagasara, no sleep to counter, and this is pretty much game over right now. They lost so many fights in the early game, or in the mid game rather, and ROTK has had a huge hand in VG's potential victory.
Well, he's just going to throw out those long range impales now. Matumba Man going to walk in as well, seeing if they can do anything anything at all against this VGJ assault. It's not even daytime, and they're still taking so much mind control. Gonna pull back in. ROTK is burrowed. He has so much regen right now, so not sure if it's gonna end up working, but they are bringing him low. They finally take him down, and well, he doesn't really have the ability to buy back in and jump into this fight, but GH, BKB as well. They're gonna be able to get the catch onto Freeze. Net holding him. No, they can't control him, and the melee backs is already down. Trying to run out and away. Nice blinding light. Freeze is low on mana. Can they actually make something of this?
He Chakra badly.
Oh, he's talking to creep. Oh God, FY. They still managed to take down GH though. So Arrow connects. Okay, maybe this is going to end up working out for Liquid. Somehow they take down the Third Spirit. A collection of misplays and misadventures. FY is going to go down as well. VJ, what are you? Okay, that's fine.
ROTK got a little overconfident there, thinking that he was invincible, but he got dragged all the way back to the team.
Radiant's middle barracks.
And you have to respect telekinesis. It's not even level 25 Rubik right now. It did end up getting the rack, but they lost a lot from that.
The plus side is they did manage to get both the melee and range barracks and mid and top throughout these couple of engagements, but that was a pretty dramatic throw. For Liquid at this point, is there a point where they can sort of swing back the momentum, an item that they would be looking for that allows them to get back into this game?
I mean, there's no like one item that's like, oh man, they need to wait for this.
Right.
Even talents, I don't really think like any level 25s are really going to be that big of a game changer for them. So you're just looking for good fights, looking to kill the Nixus, and when he kind of just parks himself in egg mode.
That needs to happen over and over again is what you're saying. We need more
I would say like
on creeps.
one, maybe two more times is about the realm that Liquid has a decent shot, I would say. But right now the net worth is still heavily advantageous for VG, and they do have a 2 racks advantage. I think if they get the next Roche, it's pretty much game. And maybe with his Arcane Rune on Noxiron, I mean, Arcane Rune doesn't do that much work because it's almost done. But if they can contest Roche with a song, then perhaps they could win.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing that you could look at here is that fight happened when it was nighttime, so they didn't get all the regen from FY as well.
And the vision.
Right.
They need the, I think they might need to take that Shrine out before. I'm not actually sure what VG's play is right now. Like, you want to take Roche, but if you take Roche and you don't take out a Shrine, you might be boned.
They're chasing after this Naga Siren illusion, but that is not the real one.
Not the real one.
And Liquid is here. Go do it again, guys. I promise. They're the real ones. Humble Man says. Fenrir, Glimmercapes, they're in a position right now. GH could look for a big question. Oh, the Illuminate's going to end up hitting them, so can't get the blink.
Yeah, it would have been pretty good to fight without Stormspear's BKB right there. But yeah, as you mentioned, it is still daytime. They did have his reward on top of the ground, and VG were actually well fortified as soon as ROTK popped egg.
Oh, DD up now. That's going to be there for Freeze. Able to sidestep the arrow. FY is a blink dagger, so dodges away from it as well. And
they can't just walk in a Roche. We kind of saw what happened last time when they tried to contest. So, like, do they want to wrap around and take a fight at the Shrine? Do they want to try and push out the lanes a little bit more? I don't really think their lineup is that great when they split up. Yeah. They could, like, handing over their gems just makes life increasingly difficult for OTK at this point. So they, yep.
I mean, looking at this as well, you do have this tremendous net worth advantage where it feels like any fight that's just not completely awful for VGJ, they're going to end up coming out ahead just by virtue of that net worth advantage. Like Shiva's on Storm, you've got the MKB finished on Jug, but it's showing a lot of patience and what's the word, tenacity, I guess, to make sure that they're taking the fight that's perfect for them.
They still have to play with some sort of finesse. They can't just brute force with their items at this point.
Okay.
It's not just, oh yeah, BKB is killing. It's not. It's not that out of the question yet.
I guess that you do still have 9 Bloodstone charges on Storm as well. Like, you'd love to have more of that. And
if he had like 25, 26, where he was like, go in, kill some people, suicide, and they get recalled back, yeah, they'd be in a much better position. But he doesn't have buyback, nor does he have that many Bloodstone charges. So this next fight could be a little bit risky for them. And daytime is running out. It is just 15 seconds until night.
They could have gone there. They decide to jump instead. Up here on the high ground, they point in the Warlock. He's still so tanky. Is he going to be able to get that ulti off? He does manage to hit it. That's a big one. Now it's still though. Rubik able to turn it back against him. He doesn't have the fatal bonds though, and VGJ still fairly survivable in this one. They've already lost the Bat Rider on Liquid.
Yeah, he is very fat. I think even with a little bit of extra armor from the Trinkle Boots helped him out a lot right there, which you don't see terribly often on the Warlock, but sometimes it can be a game changer. And that was just at the tail end of daytime. He also got a little bit of heal from the Keeper just so he could survive close to the end. And now Roshan could potentially be free unless Vision inside the pit, but looks like Nyx Assassin is just going to tank the arrow so they don't have Vision, and they're waiting for the potential sleep.
Oh my god! Kuros is evaporated.
Yep. And they're going to be safe and down the shrine before taking down the 10% HP Roshan. So who's actually going to... I think Freeze could just take...
Yeah, they're going to run it on, and... Well, from bad to worse right now for Team Liquid. They're going to need a miracle to pull out of this one. They got him, but see if it ends up working out. Do you like that? Was that titillate you?
That was a pity laugh.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I need what I could get at this point. Well, 24 to 30, 45 minutes in. Is this the point where they can kind of go for that brute force mechanic that you're talking about? Just run at them?
I mean, if they really wanted to. They don't have Relic up, so that's probably the only thing that they could wait for, but I think it's good enough right now. It's good enough. Jug is 6 slotted.
Mirana doing the cutting of the creep waves as well along the bottom lane, so they won't have one of those.
Yeah, but their other 2 lanes are pushed in, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a rough life.
It is.
Buyback status as well. You can a couple of them at least, but we need to get back into this. And Mirana is now here as well. They're going to pull in one, trying to take him down, and well, Arrow is not going to quite be on the mark either. GH, and they are able to find that one kill. So aggressive is gone. He did not have the Aegis. Freeze now turning on Matumba Man. BKB is already down. This is a little bit sketchy for VGJ, looking to take down Fenrir. They're going to be able to push him back and find that kill as well. GH turns on to Freeze. Storm Spirit in some trouble. Arrow as well is going to connect, and that's the Aegis.
Oh man, this is getting crazy.
All right, a Storm. Oh, that was a really good play by Freeze. Orchid to stop the stun, and then he gets out.
That was really well played. And that's when you would love to have Rock, so your Juggernaut can actually do something in the team fight. So, you know, that's kind of the one thing that they could possibly be waiting for. It looks like they will want to wait for that before the next one. But now they're going to be an Aegis down, and I have no idea how FY has managed to only die 2 times in this entire game. He currently possesses 2 gems. Possesses.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this now. It feels like you have so much net worth. You should be able to take these fights for VGJ, but Liquid are staying in it. They're outplaying them and holding on to that tier 3 tower. They do have 2 lanes down, but they've got a Naga Siren, so that sort of mitigates some of those problems.
They're doing it that safely. What they could have done with the siege is you Lotus over the Juggernaut, he right-clicks, and once Lotus over is about to run off, you spin and then you right-click it, and then when both those are up, you just get out and then repeat with the cooldowns. It's like 15, 18 seconds, but you know, they kind of there was no reason for them to force it too. It's not like anyone was dead on the side of Liquid, so it's not like you have this small window where like, okay, we have to beat on this tower to try and make it 5v4. It's you know, they're just being a little bit careless when they think they're further ahead than they actually are.
Well, you look at this now and you're getting your
small window where like, okay, we have to beat on this tower to try and make it 5v4.
It does actually look like bottom and top are now starting to pressure in a little bit, so Liquid need to be careful, and that would have been a nice timing for them, but not willing to go that extra little step towards high ground.
Aggressive is up.
You mentioned the Juggernaut being pretty close to 6 slotted as well. Is this a point where the hero can maybe fall off a little bit with a lack of extra item slots, or do you think he's still just going to be a complete and total monster?
He can fall a little bit, but same with Naga Siren. Naga Siren's almost 6 slotted too, with the ulti orb into Scotty, so it's not that big a deal. He went Aether Lens on Keeper.
Extra range on the blinding light?
Extra range is nice, it's just you usually don't see it 48 minutes into the game.
No.
Usually you'll pick it up way earlier. Why Aether Lens of all items? Yeah, I suppose just for cast range.
Blinding Light's been pretty good in these fights and being able to not pressure himself into it. I guess also the Lotus Orb added extra range.
Yeah,
is pretty nice.
But he hasn't been dying, so like he could probably afford to go up a little bit closer and maybe get a bigger item. I don't know. FY does some.
I'm not going to question him at this point. Probably.
Yeah, I'm more so curious as to why is maybe the extra range on Mana Leak is just really that important. He did get the Lotus Orb last fight too, even on the Lasso Juggernaut who got 4-stabbed, so like it wasn't a range issue last game.
Yeah, it's true.
Or last fight rather. That was, it's not something that you see very often.
I'll have to pick his brain. He wasn't responding to all the gods talking to him about how pretty he was, but maybe he'll answer our questions. I don't know. But let's see. 50 minutes into this one, Shrine's starting to go down. And still Liquid have not been able to take that high ground to secure their own shrines. With Roshan still a ways away, is this game just sort of in a bit of an awkward spot? Do either teams have objectives of what they want to try and accomplish now?
It's a little awkward because VG, they had 20,000 gold lead, now it's only 10,000. They lost to Aegis, and they can't wait for Aegis to cheese, but you mentioned Miracle is actually transition. Oh my god. Just for that save.
That's a huge kill. Dropping every damn thing to secure it as well. He does have buyback.
He needs buyback. I mean, they're going to get Mecha if he doesn't buy back like very soon. Next 5 seconds, I would say.
All right. Well, they do have the tier 3 still alive, but Liquid wanting to commit that buyback. It feels like they can go, at least for the moment, without it.
They need it because they need to set up with a sleep.
All right. Well, sleep maybe going to come out. No, they're holding on to it for the moment, and VGJ are just going to be able to walk away from this one. No great problem.
I'm not exactly sure what the hesitation with the buyback was because they just lost the T3 for free when they potentially could have done something with it. Maybe he like wanted to wait out the rock or something like that, but I mean, VG aren't going to wait.
No. Well, VGJ picking up a very important kill there, and it's also just a little bit unfortunate the lanes not being able to be pushed out with the Naga Siren. Not what you want at all. A good crush, it's going to be connected there, and we'll corner back in. Ami slashes out as well, though. Turn back against him, and GH is going to go down as is ROTK. GH buys back there, throwing a lead for the moment. Matumba, he's so low. 4-stabbed away, he does manage to get that sleep off. All right, really impressive display now. They have the Shrine, healing him back up, trying to time the crush. They are not going to quite get it. A good blinding light from the Coddle is able to push them away, but they still are going to be able to run down and kill off aggressive. Crush in the woods, Warlock is in trouble. Fenrir, see you later, man. He's gone as well. And, well,
FY. Yeah, that was... Nyx got lassoed before he was able to do anything.
It feels like this game has just been so much of a back and forth, and it doesn't really feel like either team is taking like that commanding step, even though VGJ is so far ahead.
Rock is still really important in the fight. Like, they used Rock to drop it on the Mirana, but then they didn't actually have it to save the Nyx Nest. And Nyx Nest is a huge deal, especially when BKBs are very, very low at this point. Now Mirana is level 25 and has the Mjolnir and the Chrysalis. So you mentioned the right click being important, and now it's finally come to fruition where Miracle can actually right click people. And I mean, they still haven't done any significant structural damage, but they might be able to force out a Juggernaut buyback, which is the first step to conquering VG's high ground.
This would be an unbelievable comeback at this point. I think that it was something like 25,000 net worth lead or something at some point.
Okay, he did get a lead talent. So still 30 seconds without Juggernaut.
They are going to end up losing these barracks. I mean, backdoor protection is off. They're taking down the melee, going to transition over now to the ranged, and all of the tier 2s are down. They aren't going to stop, it doesn't look like. Oh, okay, never mind.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like, remember back when, everybody used to push against Storm in the high ground, and it's like, oh god, he's like so close to Fountain. Like, you have to kill his first life, and then he'd Bloodstone, and then he'd buy back, and he'd have 3 lives. Now with the Shrine, he's like still incredibly good at high ground defense. And I think that's something that they need to respect. And you know, if Vici had paid them the same respect, maybe they wouldn't have been able to, they wouldn't be in this position right now. But it's not a great position. They're only 1 rack up right now, and Juggernaut has had just monstrous amounts of gold for quite some time now.
And looking at this too, Miracle, I mean, he doesn't have buyback right now, so he's just going to go for the full data list, and will be handed off to him here in just a second. A complete and total monster in these team fights. You do have Bloodthorn on Storm, but you know, there's a lot of answers for that at this point on Team Liquid. You got Manta Styles, you got BKBs, 4 staffs from the rest of your teammates to help you out.
Yeah, he needs more items,
top
like a scythe right now, more Bloodstone charges. BOTs even. I guess he doesn't need BOTs, they have perma recall, but things are looking a bit risky.
Aggressive Matumba, man, just gonna sort of say hi to each other as they head off the opposite direction. That arrow, it looked like it went through Freeze because he had the invulnerability with the song going on or something. But in any case, nothing really lost there for either team except for a bit of a song cooldown, but it's really low at this point anyways.
There's also no Butterfly on Juggernaut, so he's been like dying in a couple of these fights because he doesn't have any evasion.
We do have that second Lotus Orb as well. Could be a huge moment, that sort of Omni Slash being turned back against the Juggernaut as well. Obviously,
yep, that could be big. One thing that VGJ is actually missing that I didn't think about earlier is a Solar Crest. If they had a Solar Crest for the Jug for the high ground, I also don't think he would have died. Like, I think it's very important that you kind of pressure the enemy to think about getting MK beat. And on top of that, like, he's already 6-slotted, so he's not really getting that much stronger unless he gets outside assistance through Vlad's, Mjolnir charges on him, Helm of Dom creeps, Soul Crest, etc. Like, these are only ways to make him a little bit stronger aside from Moonshard on himself.
This is a really big moment right now, and I'm sure just so frustrating for VGJ. Now that they have that mid lane pushed out, the super creeps are going to make it harder for them to be able to keep all of the lanes pushed simultaneously. And now
they're going to try and sneak it, perhaps.
Alice.
Or they're just waiting inside the pit.
Oh my god, this is really scary. Storm already has that off, and discard there, looking for the follow-up. They connect, arrow goes out. It's just a little bit of a zoning one, but he's already down. A huge rock comes down. Is there enough follow-up, though? It doesn't look like it's going to be there. Everybody is back out in a way. A lot of damage being done on a Miracle. He does need to get out of there before he ends up fully. But they've already lost the Storm and the Jug, and Storm doesn't have buyback. This is 50 seconds without him. They buy back on the Jug. ROTK is gone, though. They're still chasing. I don't know if this is necessarily the right play. They lose Kuro, but that is 3 cores down for VGJ.
Storm just kind of got lassoed and died. He didn't really check the surrounding area for vision, so of course they're going to jump him if they can find that opportune moment, which Mind Control certainly did. And BOT2's up on Naga Siren, and it gets canceled, I suppose, but yeah, Storm Spirit is dead. Nick Sesson is dead, and Roche is just not easy at all. And now Aggressive's buyback is down. Storm Spirit doesn't even have money for buyback, and VT are just 1 or 2 deaths away from losing this game.
This is, we talked a little bit about how the late game performance is going to be by a little bit of a relative newcomer. Obviously, you can't throw everything onto one individual play. This has been a collective effort that's allowed Liquid to get back into this game from both sides. But this moment, it's now been opened up, and VGJ is going to be hard pressed to be able to hold on here. Buyback dead. Okay. They don't have an answer. Alright, Roshan, Aegis picked up by GH. They decide to jump in. BKB used.
Ooh, just a little bit slow. They killed Nagasai right there, maybe, but I mean, she's still sitting at 8,300 gold right now, so might as well buy a refresher, Moonshard, or whatever it may be, and that you deem worthy for your 7th slot.
What a turnaround, and what a storyline. Liquid going down against this team early on and being able to pull themselves back into it. It would be a pretty big story if they're able to finish it off. What is it that Liquid sort of need to accomplish over the next couple of minutes to secure this game? Is it just take another great team fight for them, or is there, like, what do they need to do here?
Pick off Storm Spirit or Juggernaut with Lasso. As we've seen, they just really don't have a great answer to that. Warlock is... What happened to his Midas? What?
Wait, sell his Midas?
I guess. But why would you sell your Midas? For what item? You're not going to sell for a Glimmer. I'm pretty sure he had a Glimmer a long time ago. But I was like, okay, where's his Refresher Orb? But he actually... I have no idea what happened to his Midas.
Well, when that switches back over to Warlock on the Observer screen, we'll see that he does not have a Midas anymore, but is almost to a Refresher.
Yeah, but still, like, there's 2 reasons why you would sell your Midas. One, you're about to lose, and you need a bigger item, like a Refresher Orb, let's say. Like, you have 4,000 gold, okay, sell my Midas, get a Refresher Orb, win the game. Or you have 7 slots, six slots, and you just need to replace it because you're just overflowing with gold. And he's not in either of those situations. I guess 3rd situation was you're really angry with the team, but I would expect that that's not the case.
What level is he right now, also?
Yeah, he is not 25.
That's the other big thing.
His golems being invulnerable to magic permanently is also godly.
Yeah. Yeah, that really, really hurts. And again, you know, this bottom lane is pushing in, so it's something that Liquid are going to need to be cognizant of. But it looks like they're setting up for another one of these initiations. ROTK, if they get eyes on him, would just evaporate so quickly. Moonlight Shadow is there. Do they spawn him out with the gem? Looking like they're, no, not going to be able to get him, and they actually end up lassoing an illusion. All right, this is not the fight that Liquid want to do. It's time to run away, time to get out, but are they going to be able to make it happen to sleep? Okay, now need to try and make the escape happen. Everybody backing out together, but Freeze still on the chase. It looks like they're going to go for it. FY jumps in. The Golem doesn't hit onto anything, but might end up going down regardless. So they are going to be able to bring down one, and GH in the midst of all of it is just going to try and at least secure the rest of his team's retreat. But that's Gem on the ground as well, as GH is going to fall here. So another very odd decision by and large, and it ends up not working out for them completely. Obviously, sometimes you just lasso an illusion.
Sometimes you just lasso an illusion. That's correct. And
They can't rely on sleep run away because of the BKBs. Like BKB Storm with Shivas, he'll just zip in, stop TPs, and kind of destroy people if that's the sort of initiation that you're looking for.
I believe that Warlock just bought his refresher as well, if I'm not mistaken, but hasn't used it. I was wondering if he was going to go for like one of the refresher and then leave it in base plays and then make them think that they don't have a rock or something, but he's not going to go for it.
I think it's one of the situations where you just use it immediately.
Okay.
Because it's like I think it's probably like 150 seconds when he purchased it, and it's 195-second cooldown. So like if you fight any time in the next 150 seconds, you're gonna have a rock, unless you use your refresher, which you might as well just use in the first place. I don't know. And then there's like a 45-second window where you would have had double rock where you wouldn't have had it to begin with. But regardless, I'm still not sure where his minus went. That's very, very strange.
So 32 to 35, we're 60 minutes into this game, and it's feeling like VGJ want to try and completely close it out here, but it's not really been the easiest for them by any stretch of the imagination, and it feels like they've almost missed a window at this point.
Oh, they missed it a long time ago.
Yeah.
They saw it just fly by them. Juggernaut still doesn't even have Moonshard, so he was 7-slotted a while ago, but he hasn't really been able to make any progress, and the net worth chart is just kind of very deceptive at this point because there's just too much gold.
Are they just going to go with double Golem and say like YOLO, or what's happening here? I guess they're just looking for a pick-off at this point. See if they can find somebody.
Well, they could play it safe, and playing it safe means a couple things. Waiting for buybacks, most importantly. Juggernaut is 1 minute away from it. Next session is 2, so you might as well wait for that over anything else at the moment. And that will coincide with the rock being perhaps in that particular spot. But Fenrir, yeah, okay, look, he does have the double chaotic offering right now, but no buybacks on those important cores.
All right, there's the first one, drop down, waiting for the second. They refresh, and okay. I guess
he got arrowed.
Yeah. So,
also, Juggernaut's healing ward was stolen by Rubik, and that's a very important spell this game, just because of how much potential that thing can heal.
Well, very awkward, another engagement there, and the arrow's going to go out. Not going to connect onto anybody, but they do still have another chaotic offering for this fight. I mean, it feels weird to try and go in for it again. He's diving real deep for this one. They still managed to pull him back in. The rock could come out Fenrir from afar. It doesn't look like it's there as of yet. The crutch, the follow-up, but Liquid, they're backing out. Mind Control has already popped BKB, the Omni Slash back between two, but now it's over onto the illusions, and that just takes it off. A huge fight comes out, and Nyx is gone for 100 seconds. They have buyback on GH, but they are still running down and losing Kuro, and GH forced to buy back now. Matumba Man still alive.
Miracle in the back line.
I think that this is going to end up not working out for VGJ. He's got him up on the high ground. The arrow comes out well. Aggressive gone for 2 minutes. He does still have buyback. They have it on 3 of their heroes, but Fenrir also in trouble, leaping forward. And just another one of those engagements where you drop the rock, but it's not enough.
They're really liking damage right now. And Miracle, I think, is actually the one doing the most damage in these fights right now because of the leap talent. And I think like the leap talent is strictly better than the multi-shot arrows. 100% attack speed. Even if it were just for yourself, I still think it'd probably be better, but because it's an aura, it's just ridiculously good. Like even a hero like Slardar, who you don't really talk about his damage in the late game when he's a support, but he hits really hard right now with 100% attack speed. He has AC, so people are sitting at like what, minus like 30ish armor.
What talent did he go for, by the way? He went for the
10% bash chance.
So he also has an extra bash chance as well on top
like
of that.
He can almost like permanently stun like the Juggernaut or the Stormsphere perhaps at this point, especially with if he's not getting blinding lighted by FY right now. So things are still in a very precarious spot. 2 buybacks were used last fight, 1 on the Juggernaut and 1 on the Slardar. One is more important than the other over here, and Roshan has almost respawned for the fourth or 5th.
I haven't been keeping track of that one. It's been a fair few.
Yeah, it's been a fair few. And Naga Siren team always have the advantage when it comes to Roshan.
And the other thing now, you've got that added mirror image additional one for Naga Siren as well. So there's so many illusions, ridiculously hard to deal with. They are going to be able to jump immediately, and well, they take down Miracle. That's a hell of a way to start the fight. Now Freeze looking for more. He's going to be able to spot out Kuroki, the sleep to come out, and that should be enough to ensure everybody gets out. Mind Control going to BKB TP. Kuroki, Glimmer Caped. Ooh, baby, that was close.
That was close indeed. ROTK getting the jump on Miracle, and like any of these cores can just die in a 3-4 second stun lock, which is quite possible on both sides of the field. They have to get this Mirana buyback, I think, if they want to be able to win this game
certainly
in the next few minutes.
On a knife's edge right now, and it's not felt like Liquid have been able to take over complete and total control with this game, but they're certainly on the upswing and definitely pulling ahead as this game goes on longer. Matomoman's in this awkward situation now, though, with 8,000 gold in his inventory. Like, is there anything else you can really swap out at this point, or do you just start like taking the radiance off?
Refresher and Necro, I would say, of course, buying tomes, gems, etc. 8,600 gold is quite a lot. Like 10, I was thinking like he could potentially go for like an attack speed basher build with Butterfly, but he doesn't actually need it because they have the Slaughter for the additional lockdown. So he's gonna go full tank with 4,700 HP, 4,700 on a Naga Siren.
Yeah, that's just disgusting. ROTK also went for the plus 40 movement speed, so he's running around 520 movement speed right now. Kind of a unique little look to this as well. Ooh, reveals himself with the blink, and now they got ROTK. Do they want to go for it though? Doesn't look like it. Everybody's backing out. That would have been pretty bold.
Pretty bold indeed. Mind Control kind of still left out over there. And now that Song of the Siren has been used, and Mirana is still in the grave. Looks like Aggressive will try and finish out Roshan, but I mean, who is going to take? I guess he's going to take his Aegis, but he's going to be weaker than he was like 20 minutes ago because he's going to have to drop an item for that. And they're having a very tough time dealing with these illusions right now that are constantly being thrown in by Matomoman, and this would end real poorly for VGJ.
Yeah, they go in there, they kill off the healing ward as well, and there's the arrow onto ROTK. They know where he is at. GH, everybody grouped up along this top side. Yeah, it looks like VGJ they just can't go in and do that.
Yeah, Sleep is up right now, and Mirana is up. So this, they did not force the Mirana buyback, and this is, I don't even know how they approach this fight. I mean, double rock, of course, but they actually, I think, need Fatal Bonds to hit on multiple heroes to be able to win the fight because the damage is that important right now.
Right, the smoke forward, they found Mind Control. BKB there in time. Arrow going to connect onto Fenrir. They might decide to go in on this a bit further. GH has already popped his BKB. A little bit of an awkward exchange. Miracle is going to back out as well, and they're going to jump forward on Freeze. Kuro gets the flip stun out there as well. They pull him back in. The damage is coming in. Is it going to be enough to find the kill? They do have it, but there is Rock Fatal Bonds to follow as well. Everybody is taking a ton of damage from these columns. Kuro's going to go down, and it looks like GH will as well. So 2 down, and that's no GH for 2 minutes. Have VGJ maybe done it? It's tenuous.
It's nothing is for certain.
Fenrir still has Refresher as well, and he's getting chased down by these illusions here.
He dropped that super late too. Storm Spirit just got chain stun. Normally it would have been dropped a little bit earlier so that they could
Oh my god, FY. Matomoman is here. He's going down. And Mind Control also there to break it up. Fenrir drops the rock just to try and escape. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Aggressive is here as well. And they're going to try and bring him down. It does look like they're able to get out and away. He does not manage to go down. Matumba Man in a lot of trouble, though. Can they kill him off? Fenrir dies to Miracle over there in the jungle. It looks like ROTK manages to get the stun, the follow-up. Impale connects as well. They're on top of him. The right clicks. They have enough damage. They take him down, but he does still have buyback.
Roshan is almost dead. Miracle and Mind Control trying to take it down. Miracle will snag the cheese.
Oh, the most sneaky of plays. They take it, and ROTK can't believe it. Aggressive, mad as hell, but they can't run him down. He eats the cheese and runs away. What a player. FY in the meantime going to pull him back in, and they have caught Mind Control. This fight has been going on for half the game, it seems like, and they force the buyback on the Naga as well.
Oh my goodness. What is happening?
Throws on throws. Ooh, baby.
So that's a Naga Siren buyback.
This Siren, I don't actually know if her buyback's more important than Mirana's. I think, yeah, I guess it is more important. Mirana,
well, she has Aegis too.
She does have the Aegis. ROTK looking for something sneaky here, and item slots are a big consideration at this point, especially when you're playing against a hero like Nyx. Like, who is going to carry the gem at this point? Like, everyone just has way too many items.
I guess maybe after. Oh, for Liquid, man.
I mean, either team, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, VGJ, it's been a hard road for them to try and take down these towers, and setting up to try and take down this final one. The illusions are just impossible to deal with at this point. And even if they get mega creeps, it doesn't feel like the game's... Oh, initiation! They get the follow-up, the catch is there, and they jump into the sleep, though.
They popped a BKB, however.
Right. Now damage out, and it looks like VGJ are just going to back out again, and they've been able to pull him back in. That's Nyx assassin controlled and soon to be killed, I do believe. Miracle finds him.
That is super important. Liquid are just, they definitely want to chase him down because Nyx is down, but with the buyback coming out, recall in.
Oh, BKB is already running low, freezes for the whole fight, but they've already taken down Miracle. That's the Aegis. Can they convert a second time? The initiation comes in, they get the sheep stick. Ami slash as well. They're going to be able to do it. The damage is enough. They take him down. A killing spree there. It's gone, and all right, immediate buyback from Miracle. The fight continues. Round 2. ROTK stunned? All right, good.
They need Rock. Rock is almost cooled down, as is Refresh Rod. I think if they kill Mirana or Naga Siren right here, it should be over. But Matumba Man still has sleep. He can reset if they so desire.
Feels like the game is just sort of building to this crescendo here. All on the line for Liquid. If they can hold off here, maybe run down one of those things, find themselves some kills. You can see in the mid, it's already pushing out so heavily.
Okay, double Rock is up in 10 seconds. I think this is the time. This is the way.
Jump in, pull him back in. That's the catch. Free's going to try to follow up, and they are going to be able to bring him down. They're below the rock next on everybody. Liquid dropped it low. They are going to be able to bring us down. VGJ, they buy back on aggressive, try to get into this fight. Matumba Man's super low, and it looks like they're going to try and continue the chase. Now they're back again. The golems, though, they're just too hard to kill off right now. The immunity on them.
Yeah, Mirana wants to be able to kill them, but he dies right now.
And snare. Mirana force-staffed away. They're on top of him. The second rocket's down. They're all going to drop Liquid. They're falling to the ground, and the Barracks soon to follow as well. No buyback on Mirana. No buyback on GH. And Curl can only look on in dismay as Matumba Man is going to fall again. I do believe the chase, the right clicks, the damage isn't enough. He's going to be force-staffed inside, and well, go hit the buildings, guys. It's time to do this. The Fatal Bonds were turned back around against them, though.
The Dire now
if they can somehow manage to do this, Curl's doing his bestest. Oh, they jump inside space, continuing the chase, but they're starting to drop now. They've managed to kill off Freeze. He's dead, and now pulling back in the Assassin as well. He's going to drop, so ROTK goes down. He's gone for 2 minutes. And Matumba Man is still alive, actually. So
Megas does not mean GG in this game. I mean, it's 73 minutes in. There's a lot of heroes that can deal with the Megas at this point. So buybacks are going to be the main consideration. And looking at the buyback side, that is a whopping no for 8 of the 10 heroes here. And it seems like VG have shifted their priorities to killing Mirana very early on in the fight, which I think is definitely the right idea. Because physical damage, I think, is going to be king at this point because of Amplify amongst the leap attack speed,
And they, like Dyer's, I can just wait out a little bit for the double rock again. It's just 80 seconds for them.
All right, well, you can see right here as well, the movement across the map, and it does feel like Fenrir is now caught up to that point where he has the refresher, he's got the Agnum Scepter, he ends up going back for the Vlads, just whatever they can get, small items that they can pick up to just ensure it. Like with Megas, how does this change the complexion of the game? What do you need to do now for Liquid?
Keep the lanes pushed out. That's always the #1 thing when you have Megas. Keep the lanes pushed out, else very bad things can happen. Like Megas can just kill your throne, which is not unheard of at all. Or like multiple heroes can BOT in and just like BKB Zerg down the throne. Like if your lanes are pushed out, then you actually have like a very large safety window because you can glyph, you have the backdoor region, you have more vision around your base. So generally you want to keep the lanes pushed out, at least I would say to the river at the bare minimum if you can, and of course not die while you're split pushing out the lanes. So Nuggets are very good at kind of this situation when you're talking about 75 minutes in the game, because you can push out the lanes rather recklessly with your illusions. And like who cares about the illusions giving golden experience at this point in the game? Like
Everybody's there.
Nothing.
Now,
yeah, everyone's there.
Everybody's at the level 25 pretty much across the board. Yep. We saw the net worth and experience graph as well there briefly, and it just showed this roller coaster ride game we've been watching. The Lincoln Sphere picked up for the Coddle. Not often you see them get to this level of farm, particularly in this meta. It feels like this is sort of an operation in terms of the game and what type of Dota we've been seeing.
Yep. I think they actually need an Octarine on the Warlock for the cooldown reduction. He actually has a Blink Dagger. I think the Blink Dagger has been extremely necessary. I'm very surprised he didn't pick it up earlier, because he needed to be able to blink in and drop the rock just so that he can save his teammates without really putting himself in a very vulnerable position right now. And Vici is daytime. Like, they could wait for the ideal moment, right? It's like double rock plus daytime plus Aegis Cheese. That's like the ideal push for them. That if you had unlimited time, that's what you would be waiting for. And at this point, I don't really know if unlimited time is going to be on their side, because look how far mid and top lane are pushed out. Matubman is well past the river, as is mid lane. Bottom lane surely going to be a trap, but they will smoke. And 5 seconds till nighttime, so they won't be able to see uphill very well at this point. ROTK going to venture up there, but Matubman is pretty much at the fountain. So,
oh my God. Well, I mean, ROTK is going to be pretty much at the fountain in a second, and honestly, it's one of those moments where they're setting up in the top lane as well to try and find this kill. They don't have the mobility that the Coddle gives them, but with the bots in level 2, I mean, they're standing on the high ground. You can just see how careful Matubman is being. He knows that they could be there, and
yeah. Let's see if Miracle
they could get a sleep cancel.
They're beating on Dyer's
they show.
Yep, they could get a sleep cancel right here.
This
might be the play. It's your threes are going down. We'll see if he decides to go for it. It looks like Matubman is just staying in the base, but they take down the range barracks just like that.
They could easily TP back with a couple heroes and get recalled back. But they are
are
scared of ganking. Miracle is going to go in for that melee racks, and VGJ are taking down shrines.
They're going for this, and it looks like we could have potentially a base race on our hands. They drop the golems just to try and secure the win here. These are not going to be affected by the sleeps. Meanwhile, in the base, they're trying to take it down. It looks like they're able to hit onto it. Sleep is going to contain them for the moment, but they're going for the tier 4s. Liquid want it now. Are they going to be able to push Liquid up? We need to get up to the Dire side to see if they're taking it. It looks like there's a fight that's ruined in Dire side of the base. A double kill for aggressive. Observer, go up there! They're going to try and take him down. It looks like that's Kuro dead as well as Miracle. For 90 seconds, GH is down as well.
That was really smart of them to TP all the way back to the fountain so that they didn't actually have... Liquid had no idea that they were all the way back in the base.
Oh my God.
Matubman did have refreshers. He could potentially he's actually getting mana, but he doesn't have any mana. That's somewhat of an issue this late into the game.
I think the VGJ potentially could have done it though at this point now. It's so hard to hold against this. They've got the Lincoln Sphere there for Juggernaut. They're hitting the tier 4s. Matubman is going to have to carry his little heart out.
And there are no buybacks. Marana invested in that Butterfly in BOT2 and does not...
middle tower has
Mike is not going to be jumps in, going to try and pull back one. They're hitting on the tier 4s. They need the damage from the base, but it's just not happening. And so many creeps, so much right clicks. The sleep is there. I don't think that they got it though. I think that VGJ might have eventually done it. It's taken them so long, but the throne is falling. and GG gets called. You can hear that crowd.
My
They're
God.
loving it. What a game.
Under attack.
What a game.
Dire victory.
For what? Oh my God. Well, 78 minutes later, the longest game by far of the series, and maybe even the qualifiers, to be honest.